I got a container of small bulbs. Here they are. I think they were originally bought at either a dollar store, Family Dollar, something like that. It was $1 for the entire container, and there's 15 in the container. I was fortunate enough that I got it a little bit cheaper finding it at a thrift store. So you're going to need those. A bowl with some warm water, and then whatever color nail polishes you want to use. I'm going to start off with an orange. And we're going to put some of this orange into the water here. I don't know if I need to just pour it in or dip it in a little bit at a time. Let's see what happens. If we just dip it in versus if we try to pour a drop at a time. Some of them sinking. So let's just take a little out at a time. We want to fill this in because we want it to be a very orange bulb. It's starting to spread a little now. I want to fill this in as much as possible. However much I think it's going to take to cover that little bulb. I'm not really sure. We're just trying this out. I'm wondering if it would be easier just to, instead of using the water method, just brush one of them. I might do it both ways and see which way turns out better. And then you get your little ball here, and you just dip it down in the whole way down and collect, and then we just swirl and bring it back up. Looks like a big ball of mess. I don't like it. Let's try a different method. First, let me sit this over here to dry. Okay, so here's our second attempt. Instead of dipping it, we're going to try just painting them with the polish. I put a piece of twisty tie from like a bread wrapper you could use. I have a roll of it. You can just cut it at whatever length you need. And that's to help hang it when it's dry. So I have that there to hold on to. And I'm just going to go ahead and give it a little bit of a paint job. Looks like it goes on kind of thin. So let me just hang this to dry over here to the side. And we'll move on to the next one. I think I want the white to make like a little ghost face. So we're going to go ahead and paint the next one. Grab another little piece of twisty tie, bend it in half, get your bulb, slide your bulb into your twisty ties so it can dangle. That gives you something to hold on to. Then you begin painting. This is a French tip white by Avon. Then we're going to set this one aside and let it dry. It might need a second coat as well. It's got some good coverage, but I think it might need that second coat. So we're going to set it aside and let it dry. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to try it a little differently. I took the top off, and I'm going to take some of my orange nail polish, and I'm just going to pour a little bit of it into that bulb. See how this goes. We'll put, like, say, that much in. Then I'm going to close this. Then I'm going to rotate the ball to kind of cover it with the color, getting it up as close to the edge as possible without actually pouring it on the table. It's giving it a good coverage. It's giving it good color. I think I like this method best out of all of them. And it's kind of seems to be the least messy until we pour out all this excess. Which, to do that, I'm just going to have it sit upside down on a paper plate. But first we want to make sure we get up close all the way around. Make sure you have full coverage. We're going to let that dry. I think I like that option best. So we let a few of the bulbs dry, and this one in particular is the one where I poured the color in, and this is how it turned out after a second coat. So we're going to go ahead and give it a face. I just used some black acrylic paint. We're just going to put a face on it. And we're ready to move on to the next one. So next we have the bulb that I painted the orange paint on the outside. So it's not quite as shimmery as the glass from the dipping on the inside, but it still looks pretty nice with the paint on the outside. And then this is after 2 coats of having the orange put on. So let's go ahead and give it a face. So here we have one of the balls that I just used white nail polish and just gave it 2 coats. So we're going to go ahead and give it a little bit of a face. I think maybe this one will be a little simpler. So for this one, I think we're going to make it a little maybe angry looking, give it eyebrows. I think that would be kind of neat. Okay, so this is our last ball. This is the one we dipped with the water and the nail polish. It came out very textured, but we're going to go ahead and give it a face and add to the rest of them.